Hey everyone, this is the Liberator Vegan news for July 9th, 2017. And we got some good shit for you today. In our first news story of the day, there was a horribly offensive article in the magazine Self called "I Became Vegan to Hide the Fact That I'm Gay," where a woman says, "I couldn't control that I was gay, but I could control my diet," which is horribly offensive because as a vegan, I know that veganism is not a diet. It would be the same as if I said, well, I can't control who I harm when I eat, but I can control who I have sex with. That would miss the point that being gay is not about who you have sex with. It's about who you feel emotionally connected to. And, it's something that's inherent inside you. Just as veganism is not a diet, it's about not being an asshole to animals. It's about not wanting to harm living beings. And so at the end of the article where she talks about going back to being omnivore, it's just something that people need to understand. You can't go from being a vegan to being an omnivore. No one decides that, hey, I give a shit about animals and now I'm going to go back to being an asshole. It's only people who are assholes that never really were vegan that go back to admitting they're assholes. So just to make that clear, it was a horribly, horribly offensive article. And in picking my second story of the day, I thought to myself, who doesn't love a good story about a baby's butthole? So I found this article about a vegan cafe where they lost a customer because the owner's baby showed its butthole. And the article said "its," which I found interesting. But nonetheless, a baby showed its butthole and a customer got mad. Why the hell this is news, I don't know. If you thought animal agriculture couldn't get any more screwed up than you already know it to be, this special report from Michelle Dacos, Michelle Lennox, and Maura McKeon proves, oh yes it can. Because this man up here, P.D. Gwaltney, had a pet pig leg, which he named Hammy, and it is turning 115 years old today. So they held a birthday party for this mutilated part of a pig's body. So instead of keeping a loving, intelligent, caring, sentient being as a pet, he killed this pig and then kept his or her leg as a pet. Talk about screwed up. But now listen to our special report and learn more. Yes, in Smithfield, Virginia, today, like a carnival for rednecks, Southerners, who are still mourning the recent defeat at the hands of General Grant, came out from hiding under their white hoods and robes to participate in a time-honored tradition of celebrating the birthday party for a 115-year-old pig leg. That's right, kids. Can you say, what the fuck? But Smithfield is a town that loves pigs, and they love pigs in the biblical sense as they forcefully inseminate the breeding sows. But according to reliable sources, the pig rapers, or lovers, depending on how straight your family tree goes up, would suggest that the breeding sows like it rough, which accounts for why most of them have prolapsed uteruses by the time they get sent to the Smithfield retirement home. And the love and care these pigs and their piglets get during their life is second to none, if your only standards of comparison are Auschwitz and Andersonville. Smithfield even takes their pigs out for joyrides, which eventually lead them to the grand old time they have at the House of Horrors called the Slaughterhouse, where each pig is lovingly given some electroshock therapy before living out the dream of every pig becoming bacon and ham. Now, some would argue that the pigs themselves never got birthday parties, and at first glance, this would seem to suggest that Smithfield doesn't really love pigs, and rather just the profits of exploiting pigs. But remember, pigs in Smithfield don't make it to their first birthday, so how the hell could they have a birthday party? Bet you feel like a jackass now, don't you? So how does a birthday party for a pig's leg work? Well, they have kids write homemade birthday cards to the leg, and people stand around eating birthday cake in a museum filled with images and artifacts of pig abuse tools and butchered pig parts, including the butchered pig's leg that's 115 years old now. And when someone has the balls to suggest that this all seems, well, fucking insane, that they treat the fourth smartest animal on the planet, which is about 50 places above the average Smithfield product consumer, there is nothing like a good old awkward laugh to show their compassion and love for pigs in Smithfield. It's not like Southerners have ever had the audacity to pretend to love a group of living sentient beings and then smile for photos near the mutilated and abused remains of that same group. Thank God racism seems to be gone in the South. But returning to Smithfield's love and gold star quality animal care, we can all understand why the slogan of Smithfield is, "You can't spell, we should be ashamed of ourselves without ham." And here's your happy video of the day.
If not, we'll move. So it'll work out one way or another.
And I'll make this quick. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to be a patron of the vegan arts, please go to patreon.com/vegan warrior and sponsor us. Even if it's just $1 a month, it'll make a huge difference. Thank you, and we'll have some more vegan news soon here on The Liberator.